like we've been here before.
Oh, yeah.
So how do you feel?
Good. It was just so weird, like
Yeah.
this instinct, like
Yeah.
turning
It
from
was
the thing.
encouraging that it
Mm,
was able to
yeah.
change it all, but it wasn't willing to change for your
No.
benefit. And so
Yeah.
that's when I was like, okay, we got something else
Mm-hmm.
going on here. And who knows what it was? My guess, and I would never say this to the actual client because we don't want to lead anything, but just between us, as practitioners, my guess is that it's probably a young boy that you might have picked up as a lost soul at some point when you were a kid. And it's just been
Mm.
scared and hanging out with you ever since. And it's maybe hiding from being found out there because it's scared and doesn't know where to go. Um, because like young boys, well, young girls too. I was notorious for this. I loved bugs when I was a kid. So maybe there was a part of him that was just trying to turn into something that made him feel safer. But the fact that he
Yes.
was able to go to the light suggests that he was probably a lost soul. We don't
Yes,
know for sure, but
I
like
sensed like a some
presence.
female spirit to come and
Yeah.
receive. Yeah. Yeah.
Um, I can't remember how to get myself unpinned. Uh-oh. Oh, there it is. Sorry. Okay. Jim, yeah, you have your hand raised.
Just a quick question.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm going to ask you to answer briefly because I don't really think we need to get into it that much. I struggle with this entity subject, and I kind of feel that entities or negative attachments are traumas that we've experienced, and they form. We continue to feed them, they continue to get stronger and draw energy off of us.
Mhm.
But they're kind of separate from an actual entity, and I'm not sure if there's actual entities.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You would treat it the same. So your belief
But
system can
but do
be,
you,
it doesn't matter. You're still going to treat them the same.
but do you believe that there's both?
It doesn't matter. My beliefs don't
Okay,
matter.
okay,
Uh, when I share what's happened in my sessions, all I can share is what's happened in my sessions. This isn't about an opinion or a belief. This is like what I've seen, what I've experienced, what my clients have shared with me. And then the fact that I did that time feel a pretty dark entity that was attached to me. And that for me changed a lot of things, but I would never impose that upon somebody. And
okay.
so, if your model or your framework is that this is trauma that's unresolved and we keep feeding it, then you're spot on. If your model is that it comes from the underworld, you're also spot on. If your model is that no entities exist at all, they're all introjects, you're also spot on. We're going to let the client come up with it. We don't impose our beliefs.
All right, thank
Yeah,
you.
sure. I get a little emphatic about that, not imposing our belief system on clients thing. That's why
Can I say a few things?
yeah, yeah.
Because I've had few sessions, all kinds of things come up. I've had like feeling entity like touching to me, and I was like screaming, take it off, take it off. Like I've had all kinds of things happening. And I think the worst thing you can do is to put a label on it.
Yeah.
Because then the client gets like overthinking. What was that? It's the more simple. It's
Yep.
just gone and released, and
Exactly. And that's why we
it's
didn't ask
better.
it, where
Yeah,
did it come from? Or,
yeah.
like we,
Then you get to
yeah,
overthinking, and then you're actually, I
yeah,
think you would be calling it back because you're putting energy and
right.
thoughts into it. Like,
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
And if we come across them when we're in the temple of healing, which is another place that you might run into an entity, I don't like us to deal with them directly at all. I would prefer that we go through the client's highest self and guides and such. As little contact as I can have with entities, I'm happier that way. Yeah, Sandra, you had your hand up.
Yes. Um, During the session with Elsa, you had mentioned channeling the divine light
Mm-hmm.
to his like little spark inside the
And you
insect.
could just call that sunlight if you have a non-spiritual person.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you had said if that doesn't work, we'll do something else. Like
Yeah.
what would be the reason that it doesn't work?
Oh, I was saying that for you guys, not for Elsa, but because this is an educational situation. But if that doesn't work, then there is the threatening to send them to the void or back where they came from Typically, they never want to go back where they came from if it turns out to be something more than a lost soul. But also the option of just like, okay, this is beyond my scope, and I would rather have somebody else, deal with this. But yeah, so there's options. I don't teach entity release though, so I don't want to go too far down this path, right? This is not my journey, and you're not going to be running into really dark, underworldy type things probably ever, or if ever, very, very little. So you don't have to really worry about that happening. I would say, let's see, I've had over 2,000 sessions, and twice I've run into something pretty icky, twice. And I referred those people on. And it was so obvious to the client that that's what was going on that I did not have to mince words. I didn't have to use the word entity either, but they were like, that's not me. And I said, I know somebody who can help you with that. Right? Because I don't want to plant stuff and I don't want to lead them, but we need to make sure that we can deal with whatever emerges and meet them where they're at. And every once in a while, there's going to be something that is beyond our scope. And that just happens to everyone. And that's okay. There are, fortunately, people whose journey it is to help people release entities. It's just not mine. Obviously, I can do it, especially when it's just a lost soul who actually would much prefer to get on with their soul's journey and go spend time with their loved ones. And that's why I do the loved one thing, right? So that they trust, so that they'll be like, oh yeah, I kind of remember that feeling of mom or whoever it was that comes to collect them. They don't, once they know that, they're pretty open to it. Okay. So that didn't